Good morning students. Today we are going to learn about the application of the Kirchhoff laws as well as some of the electrical devices. And this first device that we are going to learn today is Wheatstone bridge, and practical use of the Wheatstone bridge is meter bridge. So you are going to learn more deeply in practicals when we are going to perform the same experiment in our laboratory. So theoretical explanation of the Wheatstone bridge. So what is Wheatstone bridge? Wheatstone bridge is a device which is used to determine the unknown resistance in a circuit. So Wheatstone bridge is a device which is used to determine unknown resistance in a circuit, and a network as shown in the figure is the theoretical construction of a Wheatstone bridge. So in this circuit we are having the four resistance R1, R2, R3 and R4 connected with a battery of EMF E and key. When you close the key, then what happens? The current I is divided into two parts. Say I1 passing through R1, I2 passing through R3. And we know that when bridge is balanced, balance means no current is passing through the galvanometer. That means the potential difference between B and C is zero. When no current is passing through the galvanometer, the same current I1 is passing through R2, same current I2 is passing through R4, and again they recombine at point D and gives I. So at junction A and D, the current I is I1 plus I2, and I1 plus I2 again recombines to give I. I1 plus I2. So what is Wheatstone bridge? Is a device which is used to measure unknown resistance in a circuit, and when bridge is balanced, when balance condition mein there is potential difference between B and C is zero, no current is passing through the galvanometer G. Galvanometer, that is G. And how we can use? So for a closed loop, which loop we are selecting first? A, B, C, A. Using Kirchhoff loop rule. And what are the sign convention? You are moving from A to B in the same direction of the current I1. Your potential decreases. So for resistance I1, potential decreases. I1 R1. That's why we are using the negative sign. Then B to C. No current is passing through the galvanometer. Whatever the resistance of galvanometer Ig is zero, therefore the potential across the BC is also zero. Then from C to A, you are moving from C to A and current from A to C, you are in opposite direction. The potential increases plus I2 R3, and total potential is zero for a closed loop. So therefore we can write I1 R1 is equal to I2 R3. This is to be taken as equation number 1. Similarly, we are taking the another closed loop. For a closed loop, BDCB. Same way we are using Kirchhoff loop rule. So what this rule says? Same direction, minus I1 R2, D to C, opposite direction of current I2, potential increases, plus I2 R4, and C to B, there is no current in the galvanometer, plus 0 is equal to 0. So therefore I1 R2 is equal to I2 R4. This is second equation. Dividing equation number 1 and 2. Dividing equation number 1 and 2, we can write I1 R1 divided by I1 R2 is equal to I2 R3 divided by I2 R4. So I1 R2 R2 cancel. So we can write R1 by R2 is equal to R3 by R4. Suppose we want to find out R1, or we can write R1 is equal to R3 divided by R4 into R2. So in this manner we can determine the unknown resistance in a circuit using Wheatstone bridge. Okay, so just you learned about the Wheatstone bridge, which is used to determine the unknown resistance. and the practical application of Wheatstone bridge is used in the meter bridge. Why it is called meter bridge? Because here the length of the wire which is used in the circuit is of 1 meter. That is 1 meter, that is equal to 100 centimeter. Therefore, it is known as meter. The arrangement which is shown in this figure is the experimental arrangement of the meter bridge. Here we are having a plank of almost 110 centimeter, and on which we are having a copper strip. The copper strip is used of large thickness. This is the copper strips. Why the copper strips is used? Because for large thickness its resistance is less, so the resistance of wire is not added in the resistance of the unknown wire. This is the unknown wire whose value is to be determined. This is the resistance box. Here we are having the known resistance. This is the galvanometer, and with the galvanometer we are having a movable key which is also known as a jockey. And main function of jockey is used to determine the null point. A null point on the wire where the current passing through the galvanometer becomes 0. So using Wheatstone bridge, so already we know the formula. R1 by R2 is equal to R3 by R4. What is R1? R1 is X, R2 is the known resistance, R3 the resistance of the wire, and R4 is also a resistance of the wire. This is X divided by R is equal to rho. Length of the wire is rho. L1 by A divided by rho L2 by A. The same wire, the resistivity is same, and the cross section area is also remains the same, only length changes. So rho A cancel. So therefore we get X by R is equal to L1 by L2. So unknown resistance is R multiplied by L1 upon 100 minus L1. So this is a formula or a method by which the unknown resistance can be determined. So meter bridge is practically used as a Wheatstone bridge. Okay, why it is called meter bridge? Because the length of the wire is of 1 meter. Why the copper strips are used? With broad thickness, its resistance is less, so that resistance of wire is not added with the resistance of unknown wire. Using the principle of meter bridge, when you get the null point by the help of the jockey movable key, R1 by R2 is equal to R3 by R4. R1 is X, R2 is the known resistance from the resistance box R. Resistance of wire rho L1 by A, rho L2 by A, rho A cancel. X by R is equal to L1 by L2, and X is equal to R, L1 by 100 minus L1. So this is the basic principle of the Wheatstone bridge as a meter bridge.